yet sounded impossibly far away. On Scotland's Isle of Skye, unusual acoustic conditions can make the landscape feel eerily silent. The effect can happen when cliffs, valleys, wind, and layers of air interact, changing the way sound travels through the landscape. To understand why, imagine sound as invisible waves, spreading outward from every source around you, constantly traveling through the air. Normally, those waves reach your ears directly, but mountains and cliffs can reflect, scatter, weaken, or block them before they ever reach you. Scientists call one version of this phenomenon an acoustic shadow, a region where sound becomes much quieter because the landscape changes its path. And on an island shaped by ancient volcanic activity, the terrain can be spectacularly effective at creating unusual acoustic conditions. One moment, you can hear waves crashing on the coast. Step into the right terrain, and that sound can suddenly feel distant and strangely muted. The wind can behave the same way. A powerful gust may roar across an exposed ridge, while only a short distance away, the air can seem almost completely still. But the most unsettling part isn't the physics. It's what happens inside your mind, when familiar sounds suddenly become difficult to hear. Birds seem farther away. Footsteps become softer. The ocean fades into the background. Your brain starts searching for sounds that should be there, and that creates something powerful. Silence doesn't just remove information. It makes us notice everything that remains. For thousands of years, humans have relied on sound to detect danger. Animals nearby, approaching footsteps, storms, or voices in the darkness. So when those signals become difficult to hear, the brain can interpret the unfamiliar quiet as threatening, even when nothing is actually there. That may explain why remote landscapes can feel unsettling, even when they're completely safe. The danger isn't always outside you. Sometimes, it's the uncertainty created when your senses stop giving you the information they normally provide. On Skye, the cliffs don't need to create perfect silence. They only need to change the soundscape enough to make the world feel unfamiliar. And that's what makes these places fascinating. Nothing supernatural is happening. The landscape is simply changing how sound reaches your ears. Yet standing alone there, knowing the ocean is nearby but barely hearing it, the explanation can feel less important than the experience itself. Because sometimes, the most unsettling places aren't filled with strange noises. They're the ones where familiar sounds suddenly seem to disappear. So if the landscape can make the ocean, wind, and wildlife seem to fade into silence, perhaps the real mystery is what your brain imagines when you hear almost nothing.